Welcome to Reality TV News Update, where you will never miss a moment from your favorite shows. Two former Big Brother house guests are going head-to-head once more, but this time it won't be inside the house. Zach Cornell and Riley Jeffries, who both appeared on Season 27 of the CBS reality competition show, are now set to compete on opposing teams in a baseball-themed entertainment experience called Boom Ball. The pair will face off as part of the Live Sports Entertainment Tour's inaugural run, with Jeffries playing for the Chaos Crew and Cornell joining the Lucky Llamas. What is Boom Ball? New baseball experience explained. A fast-paced, entertainment-driven take on traditional baseball is Boom Ball, according to the description. According to the IT's website, it blends athletic competition with live performance elements, features co-ed teams, and blends personality and gameplay. The concept is designed to bring dynamic entertainment straight to the diamond, according to Boom Ball's website. To do it, Boom Ball combines sports with crowd engagement and unconventional rules. Jeffries shared his excitement about joining Boom Ball in a recent Instagram post. In his writing, he stated, "Baseball has been the absolute love of my life ever since I was a young pup, and at boomball.tour has blessed me with the opportunity to keep that love going." He went on to say, referring to Cornell, "So excited and honored to be back on the diamond and super stoked to be playing next to one of my best friends." In a separate post, Jeffries reflected on the experience. "Super blessed and honored to be a part of the At Boom Ball tour with such amazing people," he wrote. "The fans were electric, the talent was unstoppable, and the experience is definitely something you do not want to miss out on." Cornell also reflected on the opportunity, revealing how the experience comes after a period of uncertainty following his time on Big Brother. "After Big Brother, I didn't know what the next chapter would look like. Then I got the opportunity to lace it up again in Boom Ball's inaugural season, and I couldn't be more grateful." On March 28th, Boom Ball held its first event in Phoenix, Arizona. In the coming months, several more will be held in Atlanta, Georgia on April 18th and Jackson, Mississippi on June 20th. Riley Jeffries and Zach Cornell's Big Brother Season 27 history. Jeffries and Cornell both competed in Big Brother, where they were part of the same cast but ultimately saw their games end early. Cornell held early influence in the game after securing the BB buy-off power on the first day. Despite maintaining strong alliances, he became a target because of his perceived social threat level and was evicted by an 8-2 vote in 13th place. Jeffries, on the other hand, entered a showmance with Catherine Woodman while also being in a socially advantageous position within the house at first. After a series of shifting alliances and a nomination during Rachel Riley's head of household reign, he was evicted in a close 5-4 vote, finishing in 12th place. Most notably, his reign as HOH in Week 4 was stolen by Mickey Lee. The stadium lights burned bright against the evening sky, casting long shadows across the freshly cut grass. As fans filled the stands with signs bearing familiar names, many of whom were not experienced athletes, but rather legends of reality television, there was a low hum of anticipation throughout the crowd. Because tonight wasn't just a game. It was a rematch, and everyone knew it. 2 years ago, Marcus Hale and Devin Reyes stood on opposite sides of a very different battlefield, the Big Brother house. Cameras everywhere. Under the covers, alliances whispered. Betrayals disguised as humor. Marcus had served as the planner. Calm, calculating, always 3 steps ahead. Devin, on the other hand, was raw energy, loud, charismatic, unpredictable. Where Marcus plotted, Devin reacted. They clashed early, then often. And by the time the finale aired, the rivalry had become the heartbeat of the season. Marcus won. Devin never forgot. They faced off once more in a charity flag football game with reality stars. this time to the roar of thousands. It was meant to be fun, lighthearted. But Devon and Marcus had never been light. Marcus scanned the field with the same focused intensity he used to reserve for eviction nights as he adjusted the captain's band on his arm. Across from him, Devon bounced on his toes, grinning wide as ever, but his eyes locked onto Marcus with unmistakable fire. "Hope you're ready to lose again," Devon called across the field. Marcus laughed. "You said that last time, and I mean it this time." The whistle blew. The game began. Devon burst into action and sped effortlessly down the field. He quickly demonstrated why his team trusted him as their playmaker by evading two defenders like they were standing still after receiving a clean pass. The gathering erupted. Marcus watched carefully. He wasn't the fastest nor the strongest, but he understood patterns, people, pressure. He always did. By the second drive, Marcus started calling adjustments, subtle shifts in positioning, quiet instructions whispered to his teammates. At first, Devon didn't notice. Then, suddenly, he did. A pass intended for him was intercepted by Marcus. The gathering gasped. Marcus didn't celebrate. He simply handed the ball to the referee and jogged back, his expression unreadable. Devon clenched his jaw. "Still playing chess, huh?" he muttered. Marcus shrugged. "You're still playing checkers." Halftime came with the score tied. The energy between them crackled. Not just competition, but history. In the locker room, Devon sat quietly for once, staring at the floor. His teammate nudged him. "You okay?" Devon exhaled. "I hate losing to that guy." "If not, don't." Devon looked up, a slow grin forming. "Yeah, don't." Back on the field, the tension sharpened. Marcus noticed the change immediately. Devon wasn't rushing blindly anymore. He was watching, waiting, learning. "Interesting," Marcus murmured to himself. The next play proved it. Devon faked left, paused just long enough to move Marcus forward, and then cut right precisely, catching a perfect pass and sprinting into the end zone immediately. Touchdown. Devon extended his arms, but instead of jumping in joy, he focused squarely on Marcus. "Checkmate?" he called. Marcus smiled slightly. "Not yet." The countdown to the end began. Now Marcus's team was trailing. The pressure got worse. But Marcus thrived under pressure. He orchestrated the next drive with surgical precision. Short passes, controlled movement, every second accounted for. The crowd leaned in as they advanced closer and closer to the end zone. The final play followed. Only 10 seconds remain. One chance. Marcus held the ball as he stood at the line. Across from him, Devon crouched, ready. For a moment, everything else faded. The crowd, the lights, the game. It was just them. Again. The snap. Marcus dropped back, scanning the field. Devon anticipated. He moved, not towards the obvious receiver, but towards Marcus himself, closing the gap. Marcus hesitated, just for a fraction of a second. It was enough. Devon lunged, grabbing the flag at Marcus's waist just as he released the ball. The pass was not successful. Whistle. Game over. The stadium erupted. Devon stood there, his adrenaline pumping hard through his lungs. He had done it. Finally. Marcus approached him cautiously. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Devon smiled. "I warned you, this time." Marcus gave a nod with a small smile. "You got better." Devon blinked, caught off guard. "Yeah?" "Yes. I think I learned from the best." There was a pause. Then Marcus extended his hand. Devon looked at it, then shook it firmly. "Same time next year?" Devon asked. Marcus smirked. "Wouldn't miss it." The rivalry that had once flourished in front of a house full of cameras had found new life under stadium lights. Not as rivals, but as something better. Competitors. Equals. And possibly
just possibly.
Through a wall of
Friends.
cameras and episodes that had been carefully edited, America was able to witness their first encounter face to face. Every glare, every whisper, every betrayal between Lena Cross and Tyler Knox had been dissected, debated, and turned into viral moments. Now, there were no walls, no hidden microphones, just a field, open space, and unfinished business. The charity soccer stadium buzzed with excitement long before kickoff. Fans poured into the stands wearing jerseys printed with names they never expected to see on athletic gear. Reality stars, influencers, former rivals turned reluctant teammates. However, the cause was not the primary draw. It was the battle. Lena versus Tyler. Again. 3 summers ago, they had met inside the Big Brother house. Lena had entered as a quiet observer, someone who listened more than she spoke. Tyler had arrived like a storm, loud, confident, immediately building alliances like scaffolding. At first, they worked together. It made sense. Lena brought strategy, and Tyler brought energy. However, the house's temporary trust was intentional. And it wasn't just a game move when Tyler surprised Lena in Week 7 by sending her home just 1 step before the finale. It was personal, at least to Lena. To Tyler, it was merely gameplay. He frequently said that. Now, under the late afternoon sun, Lena adjusted the captain's armband on her sleeve and stepped onto the field. The tension? The grass felt different from the house's polished floors. Exactly the same. Tyler smiled as he casually juggled a soccer ball across the field and waved to fans nearby. He looked relaxed, too relaxed. When he spotted Lena, he gave a small wave. "Ready for round 2?" he exclaimed. Lena didn't wave back. "I've been ready for 3 years." Tyler laughed, but something in his eyes sharpened. "Good," he said quietly. The whistle blew. The game began. Similar to before, Tyler moved quickly, darting between defenders, requesting passes, and occupying space. His style was aggressive, confident, a little chaotic, and effective right away. Within minutes, he broke through Lena's defensive line and fired a clean shot into the net. Goal! The crowd roared. Tyler turned, spreading his arms wide in celebration. "Still got it," he shouted. Lena watched from midfield, expression steady. She had previously seen Tyler in this form, flashy, unpredictable, but also impatient. Lena advised her teammates to let him burn out as she regrouped. "He's playing fast, too fast." They nodded, trusting her calm authority. On the next play, Lena slowed things down. Quick passes, tight formations, regulated movement. She wasn't trying to outshine Tyler. She was studying him, waiting. By the second quarter, the rhythm shifted. Tyler noticed it first. The spaces he had exploited earlier were closing. The defenders anticipated his cuts. Passes that once flowed easily now met resistance. "Okay," he muttered, wiping sweat from his forehead, "so that's how it's going to be." Across the field, Lena intercepted a loose ball and pivoted smoothly, sending a long, precise pass to her striker. Seconds later, goal. The scoreboard evened. The gathering leaned in. Now it was a match. Tyler sat on the bench during the halftime break, sighing heavily and smiling. He admitted to a teammate, "This is fun." "Fun?" the coworker chuckled. "You're getting locked down out there." Tyler nodded. "Yeah, because she's good." He took in the view of the field from where Lena was sitting, quietly chatting with her team. "She was always good," he added. The second half began with renewed intensity. This time, Tyler adjusted. Instead of charging forward recklessly, he started playing smarter, spacing himself better, drawing defenders away, creating opportunities for others. Lena noticed immediately. She absolutely did. "He's learning," she muttered under her breath. And just like that, the game became something deeper than competition. It evolved into adaptation, evolution, a conversation without words.
Midway through the half, Tyler received the ball near the sideline. Instead of pushing forward, he paused, just long enough to bait Lena into stepping closer. Then he passed, not where she expected. The ball perfectly curved in the direction of a teammate sprinting into open space. Goal. This time, Tyler didn't celebrate wildly. With a small, knowing smile, he gave Lena a quick glance. Lena exhaled softly. "Okay," she murmured, "so you've changed too." The final minutes approached. Score tied, tension high. Now every move mattered. The crowd fell into that rare hush, the kind that only happens when everyone senses something big is about to unfold. Lena had the ball. She moved deliberately, weaving through defenders with quiet precision. Tyler tracked her, staying just close enough to challenge, but not overcommitting. They circled each other like they once had in the house, testing, probing, waiting for the other to slip. Tyler complimented her speed. He said, "You're different. So are you. Do you still hate me?" Lena didn't answer right away. Then, softly, "I was." Tyler gave a nod. Fair. 5 seconds left. Lena spotted an opening. Not obvious, but real. The shot came from her. The ball swung in the air in an arc. Tyler rushed to action and lunged to try to block, but he was half a second too late. The ball hit the back of the net. Goal. The whistle blew. Game over. The stadium erupted in cheers. Lena took in everything as she stood still for a moment. Not just the win, but also the weight of everything that had brought her here. Across the field, Tyler bent over, hands on his knees, catching his breath. Then he straightened and moved in her direction. No cameras cutting angles, no confessional rooms. The two of them, alone, again. "Guess you got your revenge," Tyler said, smiling. Lena shook her head slightly. This wasn't revenge. No, it was the end. Tyler thought about that. Then he extended his hand. "Rematch next year?" Lena took a look at it. Then she shook it firmly. "Only if you keep improving," she said. Tyler grinned, wouldn't even consider stopping. Their rivalry, which had been defined by deception and competition, had changed as the sun set and the crowd slowly left. Not erased, not softened, but refined into something sharper, healthier, real. Because the second face-off may not always be about winning. It's about proving who you've become since the first.